Hello everybody, this is the Windows Vista collector here. I actually was intending to do this video last month, like what, January 8th or so, but I wanted to show you my fully restored Westinghouse OV-25 silver liner streetlight. It's 4-in-1 Mercury vapor with the 122 40-volt transformer in it. And yeah, my mother's talking in the background. I apologize for that, but I'll see if I can try and edit it out something. But this fixture has been completely restored, and it is beautiful, very beautiful. This is my first actual real streetlight. I have a Cooper lighting OVF streetlight right there behind the gumball. And that was new socket made in 2011. But aside from that, this, like I said, this fixture was fully restored. I found a proper lens for it because the other one I got for this came destroyed by FedEx, so I had to reglue it. And then recently it started falling apart again. The glue was like weakening and making the glass fall off in chunks again. So I just bought this 1950s Westinghouse style glass lens. I don't know. Yeah, there it is. You probably can't tell, but it's the Westinghouse logo that's all blocky, and not like the crown looking Westinghouse logo, right? Like this one right here. This was a bit of a pain in the ass to restore because, as you can see, even after sandblasting, there's a couple of spots where it's just corroded or the metal bubbled up, like right here. And also the metals has been eaten through right there. But other than that, it's still really good. So it's very, very heavy, and it's solid. So yeah, as you can see, I don't think it's the correct color because they kind of rushed the spray paint, the sandblasting and powder coating job. I believe they had a hammered silver, but I don't know if they... But I believe it was lighter than this, I should say. Oh, can you even see that? Yeah, like, yeah, right there. So I think it's more of a hammered gray, but it's fine. And even better, my parents are fighting. That's great. It also has a photocell right here as well that I used. That it's got that Mother's Back to Black plastic restorer on it, and I think it worked well. I want to show you the photocell because apparently it's a very rare photocell. But this is a new old stock 1965 Fisher Pierce maroon colored photocell. It came in a chewed up styrofoam box, and it's actually behind those socks that keep spilling out for whatever reason. But apparently this was the only year or something like that these were made was 1965. It is 105 to 130 volt, 50 to 60 hertz. It only supports 500 watts, which actually is kind of perfect because this is a 400 watt bulb in here. But yeah, either way, it is a really nice photocell. See, Fisher Pierce, a really lovely painted on information, I guess you could call it. There's the eye. It's one of those older, I think it's cadmium sulfide or whatever that's called. Let's see if I can get a better shot of it. It's similar to what like those really giant, enormous General Electric quick response photocells use. At least that's what the cell inside of it looks like. But yeah, obviously we have the latch right here. Still works really well. It was actually binding up before I sent this off to be sandblasted, this housing, so it's actually much smoother now. Here's the other end. You can see the core coming out obviously, but the flathead screws for the hinge plate right here. And there's a painted over slit fitter clamp that I painted over just to make it look new. And this fixture is incredibly awkward to carry. So I'm going to try my best to open it for you guys. So, yeah. Yeah, this thing just overtakes the camera. It's really huge. Obviously, you could probably get a better shot of the... You know, you can kind of see it right there. That's the... Yeah, there we go. Again, my mother is laughing, so you can probably hear her in the background. But there's the Westinghouse logo. The other one, from what I was told, this was made in... This was made in January 1973, which is I think the third generation version of this body style. Before that, OV-25 two-door was introduced alongside it. Another quick note, I did actually replace the gasket on it, although it's falling off, so it's kind of finicky, but yeah. Oh. So, open it up, if you don't want this to make a lot of noise, just press down really hard on the front of the door and then pull this back and then open it up. Yeah, the gasket's just likes to slip out for whatever reason, but hopefully it doesn't come crashing down, but I'll have to edit that part out. But as you can see, the other felt gasket on here was just kind of coming apart, and it was very dirty, and I want to make this look clean. Probably should have used like hot glue, but it's falling apart and it's sticky. Like the foam itself is sticky for some reason. But let me try and fix that on the video. But yeah, so that's what it looks like. Here's the Mercury vapor lamp and a tag that I should not have drawn over, but it's for 4-watt Mercury vapor lamps. And the bulb I have inside of it is a new old stock Sylvania 400-watt bulb from June of 1982. It is one of those 400-watt /N neutral bulbs, natural white bulbs. Is the socket. It's actually still in great shape, including the reflector too. That was actually a little bit foggy and dirty, but Dawn soap took that stuff right out. Obviously, here's the spring latch. It's still in good shape. Here's the internals. This is the socket bracket right here. It's got, I think, on the other side of it, it's got 2 positions. You can't see that very well, but as you can kind of see, it's got like 2 to 3 positions. It's all been rewired in here. Here's the transformer. It's like the heaviest part of the Luminaire. It's what is it? What do they call it? XF RMR ballast to winding. As you can see, I've redone the wiring in it as well. And then this is just going to the power cord. This is a new 34 or 35 microfarad capacitor. It had two 14 microfarad PCB filled capacitors with that red paint on them. And they weren't like bad or leaking or exploded. It's just that I didn't want to risk them exploding at some point in their lifetime if I had kept them in here. Here's the terminal block. It's porcelain, and it did actually chip when I was removing it, because I had to brute force my way into removing it because it was seized. A lot of the screws on here are seized. That's why specifically the hole on this transformer was seized, and these slip fitter bolts right here were seized. So I had to cut them off. These weren't. I think it, and then I believe over here would have been where the tag was, but I gotta go see if I can print out a new one, a new tag, and stick it on there at some point, because I've digitally made the socket, not socket, digitally redrawn the tag. As you can see, I did actually have it leaning against my new shelving that replaced that big cube that you guys probably have seen before. And you can see the corrosion actually right here. It's bad, but they've painted over it, so, and they technically weren't supposed to paint the inside of this because realistically this would have been bare, but there's no going back now because, excuse me, because, well, it's already powder coated over. So this is the second capacitor bracket. I just put it in there for looks. And yeah, that's the general overview of it. I'm gonna try, because I gotta go to work soon, so I'll try and see if I can do a startup video for you all tomorrow, because I'm off tomorrow. But yeah, overall, one of my favorite fixtures that I owned so far, even though it was a little bit of a pain to fix. But yeah, you can kind of see my computer behind there. Yeah, it's Windows Energy, but that Windows Energy screensaver. I also forgot to point out one more thing. But there's a spring right here. This is what releases the reflector. So if I just, it's really tough, but if I push it, then the reflector will come out. Which is great to clean it, whatever. And then there's also a fiber gasket that's made of the same material as the gasket on this was actually, but it's in better condition. So yeah, there's my Emperor Penguin plush, and that will compare how big this is, because us Americans will use anything but the metric system. As you can see, my Penguin is much smaller than the fixture. So yeah, but anyways, stay tuned, and I'm actually going to edit the startup. Actually, I'm going to probably do a part 2, because I've been having trouble getting videos over 20 minutes to go on my channel, because they claim I have a copyright strike, even though I don't really post anything copyrighted. Or at least I haven't in multiple months. But yeah, the bulb has been ran a few times too, so it's still very, still a very rich color. At startup, it's very rich argon, neon looking color. So yeah. But yeah, that's gonna be about it for now. So see you later.